Hey guys, let's talk about the sound now working on Windows 11. Here I have a Dell laptop and I'm trying to fix the sound, alright? And I have subtitles here just in case you have no sound, you're watching from your computer, your laptop, and then you can just follow here the instructions via this subtitle, okay? So let's just start with the basics. So just come here to this icon and check if the volume is up. In this case, it's not, you see here. I just need to unmute and increase the volume. It's a basic one, but you need to check this first, okay? Second thing that you can check is the output. So just come here, select a sound output and check if you're using the speakers from the laptop or if you're using something else. You see here that I have this BMD HDMI. That's the speaker from my monitor. I have here a cable connected to my monitor, and then the system is trying to use that one, okay? So I just need to select here speakers that I can hear here on the speakers because sometimes the sound is not enabled there on my monitor or the volume is down on my monitor. So I need to check here and change to a speaker. The same happens here with the headphones. Sometimes you have like an iPod or something connected to your laptop, and then when you're using your iPod, for example, it changes. You see here, it changes here to the iPod, and then it starts working there, right? So just check this one. And then the next step here is just go to their control panel and look for the sound option here on control panel. Just come here and look for sound. You can just change here from category to large icons and look for sound. There we go. And here you can see the sounds available, the speakers available here. See playback. And here see that I have my monitor available and also the speaker here from the laptop, okay? So I can just check here on properties if it's working. I can come here on level and see if it's up, the volume is up here. And just take a look here and you can play a sound to test. Then you can make sure that's working here, okay? So that's the step that you can take, and also can set as default, so it's going to work your speakers instead of something else. Okay, just close here. Next step, just come here to the device manager. So right click and come to device manager. And here you're gonna check the sound. You see that I have here on the top audio input and output. If I just click here, I see that I have the BMD HDMI display audio, my monitor, and here the speaker. And I can just check here if it's enabled or not. I see here that I can disable the device or can enable it back. If it's disabled, you see this icon that way. Just come here and enable the device if that's your case. And you can also update the drivers. So come here, search for automatic drivers, and then you check if it's working or not. You're gonna see here when it's working, right? You see here the volume, and you can just test if it's working, okay? If it's not yet, you can just do this again, update driver one more time, and browse my computer for drives. Let me pick from a list of available drivers on my computer. And here you're gonna click here to show only compatible hardware, right? So instead of showing everything here, just show compatible hardware, and then select here and hit next and install your drivers, right? And here you see on the top the audio input and output, but you can also find something down here. See sound, video games and controllers. You can find from here as well. See that I have the AirPods, the Intel Display Audio, and Realtek audio, right? You can do the same here, update drivers, and you do all the same process again, right? One time for browse my computer, and you look for here for the drivers, right? So just do this twice, one here on the top and one here on the bottom, okay? So if it's still not working, then you can try something else, which is come here to the services, right? So just come here and type services. There we go. You're gonna find this one here and just look for Windows Audio. So just come down and look for Windows Audio. There we go, I have Windows something here, Windows Audio, that's the one. See if the service is running here. Right click and also come here to Properties and make sure that you have startup type automatic and just hit start here if it's not running for you. All right, there we go. That also can fix the problem. And something else now is the physical problem. Let's say, for example, that you have a headphone connected here. You see that I have this option to connect a headphone, right? Just make sure that you don't have any headphone connected here. Otherwise, the sound is not gonna come from your speakers. It's the same here with the monitor, okay? So just double check this physical part if it's not the problem. And another thing that you can try also is the BIOS. Let me just come here and restart my computer. Then I can get into the computer's BIOS. That changes from laptop to laptop. It differs from Dell or HP or different laptops. But basically here on Dell, you need to press the F2 key and you're gonna get into the BIOS, right? So when you're restarting, I just keep pushing here, F2, until I see a message here on the top that's getting to the BIOS. There we go, preparing to enter the setup. Okay, just let it go. And now here you can see that a different hardware is available. So if I come here to system configuration, let me check here. So I have here option for audio, and here you see enable audio. If it's not enabled here, it's not gonna work. When I boot up the computer, I don't see the audio there working anymore, right? So if I just disable here. So just make sure that you have enable here and you're good to go. Of course, it's gonna be different for different versions of the Dell laptop or different versions of different computers that you have there. But usually you need to check here, apply and exit, right? I'm not gonna change anything here because mine was okay, right? Then it boots up again, and then you can check if it's working, okay? And something else that you can try is just check the software. Let's say the sound is working in general when you play a video on YouTube or something, but it's not working for a specific software. Then you can get into the software and check the configuration back there, right? Let me just boot up here again so I can show you. There we go. So we are back here on Windows, and here the sound is working, right? But let's say it's not working for a specific software, okay? Let's say here, for example, Zoom. Then you just need to bring up the Zoom app or Zoom software and come here to the settings. So just come here and I go to the settings. And from here, I can check the audio. And you see here that I can select the speakers or BMD HDMI, or if I have my headphones, I can select my headphones. So just make sure that I have this correct here and you're good to go. Also for the microphone, right? Something that I need to check. And let me say you're using Teams, for example, Microsoft Teams. Let me just bring it here. There we go. Then you need to do the same. Just come here and check the settings. And here on devices, you see that I have the speaker. That's from the laptop. The microphone also from the laptop, okay? So just check this too and you're good to go. And if it still doesn't work, you don't have sound for your software or for your computer in general, the last thing that I have to try is the power drain. Okay, power drain means you need to remove any power from your device, wait for some time, and bring the device back. So what I have to do is just disconnect everything, like a monitor, pen drives, and the power supply here, everything, and you just need to shut down your computer. Or if you're using a PC, for example, you just need to unplug from the outlet, wait for 1 to 2 minutes, and plug it back, and try again and see if it works, right? In my case here, I'm using a laptop, so I'm going to shut it down, and I need to remove the battery if I have this option. It depends on the laptop that you have. Here on this Dell laptop, this is a Dell Latitude, I don't have this option, so I can just show you here. If I close the laptop, I don't have the option to remove the battery here, okay? And now that I have everything disconnected, in this case, what I have to do is just press this button here to power it on. But this time, I'm not just gonna press once. I'm just gonna press and hold for 30 to 40 seconds. That's gonna drain the power from the battery. So I'm going to press and hold for 30 seconds here. And it's going to flush the electricity from the motherboard. And sometimes this just fixes some hardware issues, right? So I'm pressing here, waiting for 30 to 40 seconds, and it's going to boot up normally here, and with the flash electricity from the motherboard, right? And then it's going to work, okay? And something else that you can try, if you have like HP laptop, some Acer laptop, some of them, they have here on the side a hole that you can just insert a pin to just do this, the power drain, because there's no way to remove the battery, so they put the option here to power drain the battery by just inserting a paper clip and hold for a while, okay? You just need to check your computer, also check the manual and see if you have this option back there, or it could be on the other side here, right? You just need to look for it here in the every side, on the back, on the front here, to see if you have this option available, okay? So basically, that's the way you can try different ways to fix the problem with the sound not working, okay? I hope that helps. Leave your comments here if something works for you, which option works for you, and also leave your thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video.